I would like to offer a few comments on the question of the future of global e-culture. Not sure that I fully understand the motivation to explore e-culture, but I can offer my own personal reflection as a choreographer, having worked with artists from different fields over the past 20, 30 years, beginning at some point to integrate technologies into our composition. And with the rise of the internet, I think around the turn of the century, started to work with different dance collaborators in different countries online, early telematics. But I find that the internet for me was not the ideal place to be with people, to make theater, to make substantial cultural dialogue possible. I returned to the theater, to local cultural activities, and even during the pandemic, I prefer to work outside in nature and in local areas, connecting with neighbors. But at the same time, I have to say my engagement with technologies and online connections and communications has not stopped. In fact, I propose to show you 3 short film clips from work that I've taken from collaborators who asked me to collaborate with them. So the first one is a brief look backwards into the future of e-culture, edited by Susan Fuchs, a friend of mine from Australia. You will find it interesting because it very, very quickly details some earlier attempts to work with, technologies that link us up somehow,
Le rire en tant que langage, en utilisant Zoom.
Enter the Dragon, dans Second Life et Manyland.
Distant Movements, dispositif de visioconférence, Zoom.
Entanglement training, using Adobe Connect.
Oui, nuices, tous des bastardi elettronici che usano lingue globali. In the Reading Club, an adaptation of Etherpad.
Cortejo praiano, cortege on the beach, performance divulgada na plataforma Waterwheel.
دگردیسی، اجرای در برنامه واترویل. Metamorphosing, performance on Waterwheel.
All the better to see you with, using Upstage.
Ojo de agua, Waterhole, usando el tap de Waterwheel.
Letters and bridges, cartas y puentes, using SoundJack.
Identity project, using video conferencing.
So far away, yet so near. The technology that was used was the Waterwheel platform as well as Skype.
Siberian Chalk Circle, using Upstage.
Angry Women, Take 2, with Mosaica TV interface.
Umbrales, artes vivas en casa. Performance teledistribuida en Internet.
Double Bind, bras de tête et tête de fer, using a custom-made interface made by panoply.org.
It was titled Lucha Libre, and it was on a platform called Blog TV.
Baba Yaga, created with shadow puppetry and object theatre techniques using Upstage.
Learn to hear through the lights of your eyes, the cyberforming hybridization of Tuxedo Moon in Upstage.
Dropping of the Edge of the World. The platform is the early version of Second Life.
Dissension Convention.
Visitor Studio using Flash technology.
Sonic Circuits mixed audiovisual files in the file mixing platform Visitor Studio.
An improvisation based on Thanatonauts on the Access Grid.
Here I Come Again, Flying Birdman. We used QuickTime Streaming Server and QuickTime Broadcaster software.
Howl Elite Force Voyager Online using Star Trek Elite Force Voyager Online technology.
Liquid Gold,
And it used QuickTime streaming and Shockwave clients and a Shockwave server.
Paycheck, Performance Poet, Firebird's Palace.
Wirefire, a handmade mix of Flash and CGI scripts.
Un thé extravagant avec le matériel audiovisuel du studio de télévision et de l'Internet ADSL.
8 dialogues using IRC Internet Relay Chat.
An interactive telerobotic sculpture performance using Netscape server push animation with a CGI script.
The Greenest Fools, #1 in the Christmas series by the Plaintext Players. It took place on PMC Moo.
El Naftasteca. Using Mbone, Ruben Martinez offered a performative rant from Electronic Cafe.
Telematic Dreaming, an ISDN video conferencing installation between 2 beds in separate locations.
Yeah, so that's the first brief clip. The second one is a dedication to a dear philosopher friend who passed last year, and he came to my laboratory in Germany and wrote about the effects of what he calls electrocratic communicational culture, and it's a skeptical view which I share. Interactivity is closely related to intersubjectivity. Intersubjectivity is a word associated with sociability, common sense, the status quo, and the consensus that allows people to communicate verbally. When we are interactive, we cannot help but reveal our intersubjectivity or socialization at the same time. However, under digital, technocultural, telecommunicational conditions, what we have traditionally called intersubjectivity has been deleted. For example, one of the issues I'm currently exploring is the transmogrification of the private into the public and vice versa. With cybernetic remote control, we moved into the full-out exploitation and use of human beings by other human beings on a global scale. As a result, traditional notions of morality and ethics have been compromised and obsolesced. With the annihilation of these categories by telecommunicational means, most of what currently passes for morality and ethics is simply a will to nostalgia. I'm concerned about this. Despite the multidisciplinary, multimedia thrust of telecommunications, there's no significant psychological or medical institution currently examining anything radically pertinent to the synthesis of ideology and pathology in the so-called post-human. This is an embarrassment for all humanity. The only individuals and groups with serious intent experimentally and systematically focusing on the direct and indirect effects of telecommunications on interactivity and on intersubjectivity are our multimedia artists. Johannes, Michelle, Nancy, Walter, and their team here at International Interaktionslabor are all dedicated to the moral imperative of learning the methods by which the empathetic humanist can subvert the anti-human methods of electrocratic control. This is with a hope that we can return to human scale and interact accordingly.
She started up there and moved through the space and back down here and finished her performance on this platform with a very large projection in back of it. So as she's speaking, or not speaking, I'm sorry, as she is making sound, she's controlling the image projected in back.
And then finally, the first clip ends with Paul Sermon, an artist now based in England who did a piece called Telematic Dreaming. And Paul reached out to me during the pandemic in 2022 and asked me to work on green screen technology with studios linking places in England and in the United States through complex software, audio and televisual, mixing techniques, horribly complicated and frustrating. And yet my answer was to make a piece about the climate change and the catastrophes our Earth is facing. So I leave you with the third clip as my contribution to the debate. I think we can benefit from hybrid environments of people working with tools and techniques that allow us to be critical and investigative of our environments, our world, our humanity.
can help. I can help. I can help. I can help. I can help.